Oh, hello there! Welcome to another video. There is some saying, Skirk es el mejor personaje. Maybe you don't know what I'm saying because I don't speak Spanish properly, but Skirk is the best character in this game. Not gonna lie, no cap, no BS, for real though. Well, in today's video we are going to talk about Skirk, and right now I'll give you 6 reasons why you should get her. Well, in the eye of casual player. So if you are just a normal player just playing casually, not try hard everything like the challenge and stuff, it's really good for you. Or well, if you're sweats or try hard, maybe you should consider getting her too, either for your exploration team or your domain team. So from now on, after I tell you this, you can save your Primogem, and in the next time she rerun, you can pull for her. So you're ready for her. Well, you can just pull for her because she is a waifu, but I'm going to give you 6 actual reasons why she is the best character and the greatest so far in this game. So now, let's start with the Numero Uno. The first one is ease of use. As you know, in open world game, it takes a lot of time to explore the map. So of course, you need a character that can make your life easier, right? So, you need a character that can save your time exploring and also dealing some good damage to the enemies. So Skirk have a really special skills, similar to Yelan and Sayu, and that is auto run skill. Well, she is hovering, which is really useful if you want to travel from point A to B easily without holding W for a really long time. Well, for the duration, compared to Yelan and Sayu, it's a bit shorter, but she can go across the water easily though. You just need to hold the E or the elemental skill and just steer using A or D, so save your finger from holding W. Really simple skill and yet really useful for exploring. And while you're doing that, using the elemental skill, you also can recharge your elemental burst without relying on energy orbs, which everyone uses. For the elemental skill, you also can use it not just for exploring, but also for damage dealing skill. The Stab It and Voila, a boosted normal attack, which is pretty good, you know, to kill some small fry in small AoE. So yeah, it's pretty nice skill there. But now, let's talk about the elemental burst. Because Skirk doesn't rely on energy orbs, so whenever you do elemental skill, it gives a fixed amount of elemental burst energy. Well, so at minimum, 2 times is required to activate it. So you just do a skill, cancel, boom. Do a skill, cancel, do a skill again, cancel, and boom. There you go. Really, absolutely crazy easy. No need to generate elemental orbs, which is requiring an enemy, you know. Because normally, to generate elemental orbs requires you to deal a damage or elemental skill to the enemy. But Skirk does not. But here's the thing though, if your team have at least 1 Cryo and 1 Hydro, and when they deal damage to the enemy, the elemental reaction will give us a Void Rift, which is really useful for Skirk. That will give a boost for Skirk's elemental burst recharge. And now, just doing it once, voila! Boom! You can nuke them. Really easy, right? So yeah, Skirk is really easy to use, and not just in the team, as a solo character too. She is really capable of, to support herself. Wait, she is really easy to use, but for dealing damage to the enemy, is she really that good? Well, glad you asked. So this is why we have the second reason, the high damage dealer. So, let me show you Skirk's damage. We have 3 different kind of cases here. 1. Exploration. I will just show you some gameplay and let's see how much damage she can deal in normal exploration. 2. The domain. Well, of course you need to clear some domain, right? And she is pretty good at that. Well, maybe for some domain it's a little bit too hard for solo, but yeah. 3. The abyss, or similar hard challenge domain. So, let's get to the montage time. And there you are. As you can see, Skirks actually have a really good damage there. And by the way, she has a C0, no cons. There's a good artifacts and weapon. Well, granted, the weapon is 5-star, and that is Miss Military Force, which is Ayakai's weapon, and also the recommended weapon if you cannot get her signature weapon. But just in case, I will show you her damage with 2 different 4-star weapons, and those are Blackleaf Longsword from the shop and Final of the Deep, which is craftable, and see how high damage we can get in these 3 different cases. Hopefully I can crit, man.
土に舞おうおさわりキス万象へ巡れ力をカットふんやったハップハッふんハッふん宴会に沈めフェニックスこの手に手加減なしおさわりしよう宴会に沈め
And there you go, Skirk using 4-star weapon. Well, it's not the best though, but still, much better than nothing. And if possible, if you can save a lot of Primogem, just try to get the 5-star, man. Alright, now, to do that amount of damage, of course you need a good artifact, right? But is her artifact really hard to get and build? Well, let's go to the third one. She is easy to build. Well, let's say straight, right? Is she really difficult to build? No, of course. So, when building Skirk, the only 2 things that you need to have are attack, crit, and what else? Ah yeah, that's it. That are the only 2 main stats you need for Skirk. No def, no SP, no elemental mastery, and no elemental recharge. Skirk doesn't use air, so yeah, and that's it. And then, the recommended artifacts for her is, of course, Final of the Deep Galleries. Well, you can use other artifacts like Marichuse, Hunter, or Blizzard Strider, or maybe other artifacts like Dual Cryo or Attack or something, you know. But Final of the Deep is the recommended ones because that artifact is there for Skirk and Skirk only. So yeah, it's really easy and simple. Just 1 set of artifacts and 2 types of main stats. You know, yeah. Just grind Final of the Deep, guys, till you can get 180% crit or something. So good luck gambling, I mean gachaing. Alright, now, I want Skirk. For me that unable to spend a lot of Primogem, can I just use her as this though? So, to answer that, let's go to the 4th ones. F2P friendly? Well, you may say I'm a F2P or free to play, or maybe not. So far I only flashing my card once a year, for better lack of word. So most of the time, all of my Primogem I got are from events, dailies, and exploration. And of course, to get Skirk an addition 5-star weapon may take a lot of Primogem, and depends on your luck too. But it's possible if you're just a free-to-play or that doesn't spend that much money, you're just able to use Skirk and use the recommended 4-star weapon I told you before. But, well, for more better damage, try to save more Primogem and get the 5-star crit weapon. And also for the cons, you actually don't need that unless you really need very high damage. So at that point, Constellation might be necessary there. Especially like if you want to try hard the monthly event Station Onslaught. I mean, I guess go ahead if you want cons. But for a casual player, Skirk, C0, and if possible, must have 5-star crit weapon is enough for most of the time. She is really free to play friendly. And then when you have a Skirk, good artifact, max upgrade, and good weapon, you can put her in any team. Wait, can we? The 5th, flexible. So as I told you, Skirk is solo character. She can generate her elemental burst energy by herself, no need to rely on other characters. But again, if you want a kind of boost of elemental energy, you need other characters to deal either Frozen, Superconduct, Cryo Swirl, or Cryo Crystallize, elemental reaction. And that will give Skirk a Void Rift and boost her elemental energy. Skirk also has a special skill that can boost her own damage, but of course it relies on other characters to deal damage to the enemy first. So in this case, she needs support from another Cryo or Hydro characters, and minimum one of those 2 characters. For Cryo, you need another Cryo aside from Skirk. So for the quick explanation, in the skill, if your other character deal damage to the enemy, it will give Skirk a damage boost. But unfortunately, only 1 boost per 1 character. So if you want a full boost with Skirk as main DPS, you need a full Cryo Hydro team. But in this case of team like this, it's just for domain or spiral abyss, which requires a really high damage output. But for exploration, just put her in any team, it's fine, as long as they can deal elemental reaction with Skirk's cryo. It should be fine. So yeah, for flexibility, Skirk can go in any team really, especially in exploration team. Well, as long as you also build her well, so. But if you want a proper very high damage, then go for a cryo hydro team to slap some bosses. Then, moving on the last one. This might be a speculation, but let's go to the last reason. The 6th, future proof. As far as I can see, right, in terms of balance usability and the damage for casual player, there are no other characters on par with Skirk, like no air use, simple build, and fits in any team. Well, full high damage team aside, and easy to use. Probably not. Or you may say, hey, there's Malvika. She can do exploration to and do damage, but can she recharge her own burst without requiring enemy? No, right? How about Yellow? Well, she has a good character, maybe she is on par with Skirk, but the gameplay might be a little bit different, so I guess they need to work together in tandem, especially for exploration. But for the focus on Yelan, it will be topic for another video, so you can look forward to it. So yeah, other than those two characters, maybe not. For future proof, I guess Skirk will go for long while, man. Maybe at least 2-3 years. It should be fine, or more, Yelan is still there, very useful. She's ready 2-3 years ago. So yeah, don't worry about it. And yeah, that's it. That's all the 6 reasons why you should get Skirk. Are you convinced yet? Maybe, maybe not. But well, in the end, it's up to you whether you want to get her or not. The choice is yours. But really though, Skirk is really the best character so far for casual players. And yeah, my name is Farise. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video. See ya!
万象よ